Shalom Israel first. We want to give all praise and glory honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. That want to see Apostle Elizabeth Millstone. Peace citation, one third elect of Israel. I'm the brother Tyson Payam with
Yeshaya.
And for this video, end time headline, news article says fewer high school girls want marriage and children, and this shit is all backwards because what was a woman created for? To bear children. So and that just goes to show that these people are drunk off the wine of Babylon. The wine of Babylon is for the woman especially. You don't need no man. Feminism. Go chase the bag. You can do bad. All by yourself. And all these crooked ass ideologies. All right, and look where it's led to. Nothing but a bunch of confusion. Women are miserable. Men, it's a gender war, and then this leads to women being more masculine, and men being feminine. Like, bro, this shit's all out of order. But let me read the article. It says the share of 12th graders who say they plan to get married has declined perceptuously among girls, and fewer of them are interested in having children. And fewer of them are interested in having children too, according to a new report from the Pew Research Center. Data for the reports collected by the University of Michigan's Monitoring the Future Project, which is an ongoing study of the behaviors, attitudes, and values of Americans from adolescence through adulthood. The study surveys more than 25,000 8th, 10th, and 12th grade students annually. All right. And this is the only place where, women think like that, is Babylon. All right. This is the headquarters for the bullshit. All right. It says Pew researchers identified the massive shift in thinking among 12th grade girls after comparing survey responses of 12th graders in 1993 to the responses of 12th graders in 2023. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not reading all this. But
So I got Jeremiah 31 and verse 22 says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." Okay, so a woman shall compass a man. You look at the way dynamics of marriages have changed. Women were, they were a part of business back in the ancient time. Okay, you got two men that came together. Okay, your sons give marriages to our daughters. My daughters give marriages to your sons. We trade cattle and do all that. Now it's come to the point where you got these fucking boss bitches that come in here, doing what the fuck they want to do in a marriage. They sleep around with who they want to sleep around. They fucking go out when they want to go out. The scriptures talk about give not much liberty to a woman. All right, because when you give liberty to a woman, she will figure out all different types of avenues of fucked up shit to get into. Right, and that's through the spirit too. Just to add more edification to the subject of women not wanting to give into marriage, is give not thy power unto these women, man. I fuck these women. These modern Babylonian women, aren't shit. Brothers might have found themselves a good woman. If the Lord permitted that to be so, a good woman is sent of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as the scriptures say. Okay, a righteous woman. But, that even back in the time of King Solomon, he had 1,000 wives and found none righteous. We're in fucking Babylon. Okay, Babylon back in the day had circa about 200,000 people, in a small little city area. Bro, you go to any of the big metropolises of modern day Babylon, which is America, you're looking at upwards of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million people. Okay? And in that is like a woman's fucking playground. You got women, the scriptures talk about wanting eyes as well. These women got wanting eyes. So even then, the women that are in marriages here in Babylon that still have that traditional value still be looking at niggas. Okay? Just be warned, Jake, that these fucking women ain't shit.
And that's after they didn't play the field and shit.
That's
they didn't
right.
settle down. All right, like, bro, these they're drunk. All right, which is Sirach 25 and 19. It says all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, that the portion of a sinner fall upon her. That's why certain shit, women are literally bred to do wickedness. That's why certain topics come up, right? And women they don't care. They don't have a mind about it, like, oh, that's not bad. or, just certain shit. But it's like they really condone this shit because it's really a part of their nature. All right, that's why they always had a man guiding them. A woman is supposed to be guided by a man. By a man of the Lord at that. But she's under a structure. Just like how we're under the structure of Yahushua. Read 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter. There's a whole order to it. All right, and Esau did a good fucking job, bro. He didn't he didn't disarray the man. Men are all fucked up in the head. Now the women are just like they fucked up. All right, and he reversed things. All right, you got a scripture though?
Con.
Go ahead.
So Sirach 25 and verse 21, it says, "Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure." And honestly, bro, these modern women, they ain't really beautiful like that. They just got it all out. Okay, do you really think she's hot, or does she just got like a middle seam legging wearing? A middle seam pair of leggings on. Okay, back in the day, women used to be covered up. They used to have dresses, right? And if a woman was fair, she was damn fair, okay? And not only that, they actually did shit. Proverbs 31, that virtuous woman. Nowadays, women be like, "Oh, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman." Well, bitch, I ain't seeing you fucking carrying no 25, 35 pound, things of water and go taking it up and down the hill, firing some stuff up. No, these women don't work hard like that, okay? These women will fucking complain to you about scratching your back, okay? So that just goes to show you how the times wax worse and worse. Wickedness waxes worse and worse. And we're gonna, Lord willing, get out of here soon. Okay, the Lord's coming back soon. Go ahead, bro.
Bro, all bitches do is just smoke weed and drink cut waters, bro.
Facts.
Tat it up and shit. I got a quick precept. Or if you go ahead. Jeremiah 6:16 says, "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein." All right, that's why there's a bunch of confusion. Because the laws, statutes, and commandments aren't implemented. Because ultimately that breeds order. Through order is peace. And when there's no order, obviously, which is going on now, Babylon, city of confusion, you got shit like this, bro. If your high school girls want marriage and children, girls don't want to do what they were created to do. Is have children. And that's part of what a woman wants. What's that? What scripture I'm about to bring up? Through the Spirit.
I was looking one up right now.
It's in Proverbs, I believe. There you go. Oh, no, that's not that. I think it's this rock. Man, what's that scripture? Basically, maid longs for children or something, or a woman.
Oh, Con, this is Proverbs. It's like all the things that can't be satiated.
Oh, yeah,
it's like a woman without child. While you get that, I'm actually going to get a couple precepts myself. It's Sirach 25 and 22. It says, "A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, imprudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abated the courage, making heavy countenance, and wounded a heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die." All right, so brothers, like, admonishing, just don't put your fucking trust and all your faith up in these women. Even if you found yourself a good woman, set your heart not upon it. Many kings have fallen by way of a woman. King Solomon fell by a woman. Samson. Things are written aforetime or written for our learning. The Apostle Paul writes, it says, "Seek ye not a wife, and if you have a wife, be as though you have none." We're not in the spirit to be fucking the best husbands of the year. We're not in the spirit to be, the best father of the year. We're not here to be fucking dealing with these women, and trying to fix them. If you gotta fix this bitch, you might as well go find a new one. Why would you buy a broken car and try to build it from 0 to 100? Okay, you ain't gonna turn a Nissan Versa into a Lamborghini. Okay, that's just the bottom line. You're gonna get that in the kingdom if you submit to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Lord willing, you be a part of the elect. You can't make yourself the elect, but Lord willing, you be a part of the elect. They're gonna have those wives, right? Those perfect ones. Genesis 2:18 is for the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." So a woman ultimately, her purpose is to be under you. That's what she even got her name from. Woman. It's from man. That's like a man servant. Okay, a woman's supposed to actually bring you peace. A woman's supposed to man, you had a hard ass day, laboring all day. A woman's supposed to bring you a fucking at the end of the day okay. That's the way the Lord made it. You read that in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. Men leave their houses to go. Men leave their parents' houses to go. Be with their woman. Get all kinds of stuff to gather to bring to their woman. A woman's a beautiful thing, okay? But when you don't know how to handle it right, just like anything else, it'll fucking destroy you. Especially now in these current societies, the brother brought out that statistic. Most of these women don't even want to give into marriage. Why don't they want to give into marriage? Because they want to ride the dick carousel. That's why. They want to explore all their options. They want to go fuck with Timothy. Then they want to try Tyrone. And then they want to try, Yao Ling. And then they want to try, Jermaine. Right? You got something, bro?
Yeah, Psalms 82:5 says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." And why is that? Because the laws, statutes, commandments aren't implemented. Esau, Edom, he didn't turn the whole world upside down. With his bullshit. To prove that, let's get I believe it's Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24 and started 5. It says the earth also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have I'll start at 4. I'm tripping. Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. How do people of the earth do languish? And what does Scripture say? Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Everyone's at a mournful state. Marriages are all time low. And there's gender wars, women against men, men against women. It's all out of order, because really, men and women, that's a union right there. They're supposed to come together, but in this society, everything's so fucked up. Esau, he's in the back, pulling the strings and shit, controlling the minds of the people ultimately. But let me see. Let me keep reading. It says, "The earth also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant." All right. "Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left." All right. So really the 5th verse is what I want. "The earth also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant." So this is a product of what happens when the law, statutes, commandments aren't implemented. All right. When they try to base things, they try to base certain things off, I guess, emotion, for lack of better words. Because marriage today is based off emotion. Oh, do I love her? It's like a woman is like, oh, do I love her? Oh, there's a feeling I got. And then the next day, she not feeling this nigga. And then boom, divorce. Right. This is all out of whack, bro. But that's what's promoted here is wickedness. That's why the Lord gonna come back and destroy this shit and reset. All right, you got something?
No, sir.
Alrighty. Let's see if I want to find that scripture. If I ain't gonna lie,
just put it into the chat because it was in a different translation. It was in the NLT. It's in Proverbs, I think, the 21st chapter.
I literally put it in the chat GPT. Yeah, if you want to try to find it, you can. But
okay. So this is Proverbs 30 and 15. Let me get it in the NLT.
God.
And that reads, okay, when it pulls up, it says, the leech has 2 suckers to cry out more and more. There are 3 things that are never satisfied. No 4 that never say enough. It says the grave, the barren womb, the thirsty desert, and the blazing fire. You know, that barren womb. If you get into the G&T, it's like a woman without child. You know, a woman who has a barren womb can't be satisfied because, like, through the Spirit, the bro said, woman is saved even through childbirth. The scriptures talk about, that's a part of their whole fucking job. That's like literally what they're meant to do. And a barren womb is like a curse to a woman.
All right, bro. Isaiah 4:1, NLT, it says, in that day so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and our own clothing. In our own clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. All right, in the ancient world, you were mocked. You were looked at crazy when you didn't have a man or you didn't have children, because that was your duty. All right, but now, we're coming to a time where the Lord, he's turning everything back upside right.
Yeah, look at even how Moab and Ammon came about. They got their father drunk and one at a time, were unto him because they didn't have a child. So then came the birth of Moab and Ammon as a nation.
So they look like how they look, ugly as hell.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
But that's really that, So ultimately, just goes to show you, the Lord, he got to destroy it. He got to reset this place. Because this, Scripture says, how Shai said, if the Lord didn't shorten the days, no flesh would be saved.
Right.
And this is really all part of Esau's agenda of, depopulation, depopulating, the world. Because when you have the women that are fucked up mentally, and you got men that are just fucked up mentally, how are you going to procreate, And that's a part of Esau's agenda, is to delete, really, really Jake. But, these heathens are a part of it too, all right? Also had another point too, but I'll drop it. But hopefully, this lesson was well said and edifying. Lastly, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Hakadash, the next time. So